So this is the Jewish Holocaust Centre, and we're interviewing Mrs. Lola Putt today on December the 3rd, 2014. Lola, can you start off by telling us where and when you were born?
Can you talk a bit louder?
Yes.
Because I can't hear me.
Can you start off by telling us where and when you were born?
1926, the 5th of March. The 16th of March, 1926.
And where were you born?
In Greece, Saloniki.
And can you tell us your mother's name and your father's name?
My mother's name was Emma. My father's name was Israel.
And how many siblings did you have?
How many?
Siblings. Brothers and sisters.
Brothers, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We were 5 children in the family. A brother was the older one. That was second
names?
was Maria.
I'm sorry, his name?
Mori. And then it was Maria, that was me, and 2 little sisters.
And what were your 2 little sisters' names?
Matika and Arieta.
And can you tell us about life growing up in Salonika?
Well, the Germans came 1943.
Before that?
Before that, it was a normal life.
What was the normal life? Was it a happy life? Was it a religious life?
No, we were Jews, and I remember my mother used to make candles every Friday and tell the prayers. My father used to go every Saturday to the synagogue, and we were children. Going to school, and nothing much was. What to say, we were playing in the streets, we came home after school, a normal life like this.
Did you have religious instruction at school?
Oh, we had Hebrew and Greek, yes.
So it was a public school?
Public school, yeah.
And so the public school had a component of Hebrew for Jewish students?
Yeah, every hour we used to have Hebrew.
Every hour?
1 hour.
Okay.
1 hour, I'm sorry. 1 hour.
And were you made to feel different because of that?
No.
Was there much anti-Semitism?
Everywhere. What can I say? I don't want to say anything bad about it, but everywhere.
So were you teased at school for being Jewish, or how did the anti-Semitism come out?
We only used to call Jews. That's it, only Jews, they didn't like us very much. But
So did you have Greek friends, non-Jewish friends?
we have Jewish and non-Jewish friends, yes.
And did they used to come to your house, the non-Jewish?
Yes.
And what did you like doing at school? What do you remember most about school?
Just playing. I used to learn what I have to learn, And then after school, I used to go home. I used to play with the boys.
Soccer.
What you call it?
Soccer.
They used to like me playing with them. And I used to play, and I used to kick very high. And I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were you quite athletic?
Yeah, I was, but not only in that. Only in that. I only like to look after myself, put my makeup, dress up nice. This is what I like.
And what do you remember about school? Do you remember something that you liked to learn at school? Was there particular lessons that you liked?
Oh no, the Hebrew and the Greek. That is what I used to learn. That's what I know. I was young, That's what I only knew. Learning to be a good person and like people. That is what my parents were. I learned from my parents. My parents, they were very, very nice people. My mother, my father, and us, the 5 children we were. And I had a grandmother. Yes.
And what was her name?
Yes, we had a grandmother, Joya.
And was Joya your mother's mother or your father's?
My mother's mother.
Do you remember her last name?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
describe Salonika to someone like me who's never been there, what it was like? Can you give a picture of it?
Well, you know, sometimes we used to go to pictures where they were open, you know, pictures in the, when the water was the sea, you know.
The port?
Yes, we used to go there with Maria, and Maria was always going with me, and I was going with her. She was the older one. She was always taking me everywhere where she went. We were close. You know, when I was born, Maria was next to me. And soon I was born, I gave Maria to the hand. And she was holding me. And since then, we have a bond. That bond is love. Really love, till today. When I found out that Maria was alive, I was crying. And I was happy that we are still together. That time, I was in Belgium after the war. And I wrote a letter to the Jewish community, to Greece. I'm looking for my family. And a week after, I had a letter from Maria that she was alive. And then she wanted to come here. She went to England. She got married in Greece. She married an Englishman. And she went to England. And after that, she said she wants to come live with us. So we sent a permit, and I brought it here in Australia. And since then, we're very happy together. It's a miracle from God. A really miracle. And I believe in God. All my life is with me. Wherever I go, is with me. It makes me feel good that somebody looks after me.
Can we can talk about that a bit further on, because that's really important. But can we go back to Salonika and tell me, I mean, it was a port city.
It was a good, beautiful city, a very beautiful city. Athens is the capital of Greece, but Saloniki is bigger and much nicer. I went there already twice after the war. I've been to Greece. I've been to Rhodos Palace, where the Queen goes.
And a lot of Jews in
Saloniki. There were about, I don't know how many, 30. I don't remember how many, there were plenty, but I don't remember exactly how many. And they all went to Auschwitz. When the Germans came to Saloniki, they told us, we're going to send you somewhere that you will have a better life than here. They tricked us because they want us to go peacefully.
So the Jews of Saloniki were were there a lot of them working in the port? Were
Everywhere.
Were they tradespeople like your father?
No, they were working everywhere, no different. Yeah.
And what about cultural life? Did you belong to any clubs or
I didn't. I was young, darling. I was very young. I only knew how to play, to go to school. You know, I was very young.
How many languages did you speak?
Now,
No, back then.
those Spanish and Greek, because we were Spanish Jews. My mother, like you speak Jewish here, we spoke Spanish. And when I married, my husband is Polish, and I learned to speak Yiddish. I never spoke Yiddish before. I thought, when I was in Greece, I thought the whole world speaks Spanish, because I didn't know. But I learned to speak Yiddish because I married a Polish man.
And you learned to speak English in Australia?
Yes.
And would you describe yourself as middle class compared to other Greek Jews?
Sorry, can you please repeat me these
Yes.
words again?
Do you think you were upper class, middle class?
Normal class.
Normal, like a normal class?
No, I'm a normal class. My father was working. We had everything what we need, but I can't say that we were millionaires.
And it sounds like your father worked very hard. Can you tell us what your father did?
Oh, my father was doing, he had machines and he was doing tins for halva. They used to make tins for halva and they send it to the factories. They send it to the factories and they put halva in and send them in all the countries in the world.
And your mother stayed at home?
My mother never worked, no.
She
Those
worked from home,
days when women never worked.
but she worked at home? She worked hard
Yes,
at home?
she had 5 children to look after.
And your brother was...
My brother was the older one. I met him once in Auschwitz and he said to me, eat what they're giving you. Then, when I was in Auschwitz, may I say that? We didn't have any toilets. We had buckets. And when the buckets was full, we took them somewhere to throw them away. And a man asked one of the girls, do you know Lola? He said, yes, please tell her to come. I want to see her father. And she had 3 potatoes, this friend of mine. I said to her, look, I'm going to see my father. Can you please lend me those 3 potatoes? I want to give it to him. She said, yes, he gave it to me, 3 potatoes, and I took the buckets. I have to buy it that I'm doing something. And I went and I saw my father. He was there, German soldiers with big dogs. And I was scared not to see what I'm doing. I tried very hard to throw the potatoes. He was on the ground doing something with other men. So I threw the potatoes to my father, but it didn't go none. The other men took it. They all were hungry. And those 3 potatoes went to other people, not to my father. And when I went, I started to cry. I went back to my barrack. And I started to cry that I couldn't do anything more for my father.
Can you tell me about Moshe, your brother, what you remember about him while you were growing up? What sort of person
He was fantastic. He had friends and he was working. He was a happy guy, very happy. Pity he's not alive anymore. I loved him. I really loved him. And I'm still here, so many years after, I'm still saying to my sister Maria, maybe still alive, Maria, maybe still alive. And Maria said to me, if he was alive, he would contact us if anybody came back from Auschwitz in Greece. But he didn't come. And I didn't saw him anymore.
You said that he worked. What work did he do?
In a men's shop. I was working in a men's shop, yeah.
And did you all go to the same school?
Yes, yeah. Maria and me and my brother, yeah.
And can you tell me about the synagogues in town? Were there a lot of synagogues in town? Did you go?
Where?
In Saloniki. Did you go to synagogue?
Yeah, my father used to go Saturday. I used to go with him. Yeah, I used to go always with him. I was his favorite one.
And Did you used to have Shabbat on Friday night?
Oh yes, with Kiddush and Challah, everything. And do you know what? When I liberated, till today, I put my candles every Friday night because I remember my mother used to do it. I'll never forget that.
Did you keep the high holidays like Passover and
Every,
Hanukkah?
oh yes. I remember my mother, we were really religion, and Saturday day, we used to have dinners during the day, and she used to ask somebody to lit the fire to warm up the dinner. You know, yes, we were very, very, very religion-wise in that respect.
And culturally, can you remember some of the food that your mother cooked?
Yes, I love the cooking. My mother used to do fish and Spanish, not, with tomatoes, with cucumbers, and they used to send us to the ovens to put it in the ovens to bake it. I remember matzahs. We used to have beautiful matzahs, and on Pesach, every Yom Tov was beautiful. It was a good feeling to be with the family. And I lost that. I mean, my own. And that I miss it very much. And you know what? Every time when it comes Yom Tov, I feel sad. It comes to me like I'm missing something. Every time it's Pesach or it's Yom Kippur, whatever it comes, I feel sad. It's inside me that I had a family too. What can you do?
You lost a family and you lost a community.
That's right. I lost everything. I was alone. Really alone.
Okay, can we talk about what happened after 1940, let's say? Do you remember any changes before the Germans came in?
No, I didn't say no changes at all. They used to, the Italian used to be with the Germans once, friendly, and they used to come bomb us in Greece. This I remember. And my father did dig somewhere so we can go and hide. I remember that. But otherwise, nothing that I can say it was bad or wrong. But when the Germans came and start telling us to move out for the houses, and that we will have a very better life where we're going.
Before you were deported, though, when the Germans came in, do you remember that period before you were actually deported?
Nothing to say.
Yellow star? Did you have to wear a yellow star?
We had to wear it, the yellow. Yeah, this we had to wear it. Yeah.
So that was a change. What other changes do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. What about the ghetto?
Yes, they make a ghetto, and they put people there, the Jewish people, and every day they send us to Auschwitz in the trains that they put animals in. And they had a small little window, a very small little window, and they pushed us, so many people, that we couldn't breathe. Many people died before they came to Auschwitz, inside the train, because it was impossible to breathe. We went to now they were starting going the trains, and they didn't give us no food, no water, nothing. My father had an empty bottle, and when they stopped one time, the trains, he took the bottle and he saw a German officer there, and my father took the bottle through this small window to give it to him, to give us some water. He took a gun and he broke the bottle. Then we didn't have nothing. Then try and start going and going and going after that, and stopped in Auschwitz. Then they opened the door for us, and we have to get out, and the dead people that stood behind inside. When we went out, they told us women with children separate, men separate, and young people separate. And I was with the young people. They took us to this place that did us the number on the hands with a needle. They shave us the heads, the hair. We didn't have a head anymore. And they took us inside a barrack, this barrack. But before I went inside the barrack, I saw people walking like animals. I asked, what's wrong with those people? He said, from hunger. They haven't got nothing to eat. That's why they have swollen hands, swollen feet, swollen thighs. They look like animals. Anyway, after that, they put us in a barrack. Once a week, German officers came inside the barrack. They told us to undress naked. And one by one, we used to pass through them to see us if we have clean bodies or sickness or anything like that. And the ones that I didn't like it, they took the numbers from the hand, and in the nighttime came a truck that took them to the crematorium. I was lucky. I was very lucky. That was every week. Once a week they used to come. We had to undress naked and pass one by one to them. And the barracks had beds like wooden beds, you know, only straws, nothing else. They didn't have nothing else, only straws. That's how we could sleep on it. Every morning, we used to get up and stand outside and wait an hour or more till the Germans came to count us if none of us is missing. That was every morning. It was raining, it was sunny, doesn't matter. We used to stay there more than an hour. Then after that, they told us we have to go to work. What was the work? They opened the big doors, and the soldiers with the dogs was behind us all the time. They took us to a forest, a big forest. They told us to dig on the ground, make big holes. And where the holes was big enough, so they can shoot you and fall in to your own grave. We were doing this a few times. One day, I was very thirsty and very hungry and tired. I saw a bucket of water not very far from there. I went to drink. The German soldier saw me and he shot me. The bullet went right to the shoulder. I sit down, I didn't move. I was sitting for a long time. I was bleeding. And when the time came that we have to go back to the barracks, we went back there and they put something on my shoulder. I don't know what they put. It was boiling like like a kettle. I don't know why they put it there. That was, we used to do every day. And I used to go to work, and God looked after me and healed me. God healed me. It was a miracle, a really miracle. After a long time, they told us that they're going to take us in another camp. We didn't know where we're going. They took us in White Canada. There were two crematoriums, one White Canada and one Red Canada. People working in the red and people working in the white. And they call it death camp. We didn't know why we're going there. We didn't know at all. We didn't know. Every day there used to come Jewish people from all the countries in the world. Jews coming and coming. And German officers, they were standing there with the big dogs and laughing that the Jews are going to be killed soon. They told them to undress, that they're going to have a shower. They took all the clothes off, and they put him in a big room, a very big room, and they closed the doors. And instead of shower, they opened gas. The screaming was horrible, horrible. After a few minutes, everything was quiet. They were dead. They were all dead. After that, they took them to the gas ovens. And they put the bodies to be burned. There were boys, Jewish boys, they were putting their own people in the gas. They didn't have a choice. Every week, once a week, they put those boys on the wall and shot them because they didn't want, in case somebody will be escape, and they will tell what happened. Every week, after week, they took fresh ones and killed the others. And before they died, those boys, they were singing the anthem from their own country. And we knew it. After they finished singing, they would be shot. We were very close to them. There were the crematoriums here, and we were living next to them. Then the Germans told us to take they brought us in the barracks when we used to be, we were maybe about 50 women. They brought us the uniforms from the dead people. And the Germans said that the Jews, we know that they have money, they have diamonds, they have everything. They told us to tear them apart, the coats, the jackets, whatever they were wearing. And we have to tear them apart. We found it diamonds, we found it gold, and we found it money. And they brought us big suitcases, big suitcases. We put the diamonds in one, the gold in the other one, and money in the other one. Can you imagine how many we did for 6 million Jews? How many? And they all went to Germany. One day, it came a transport. And the woman who works with me came with a sister and 2 children. And she went to the German, because this German was looking after us, a soldier. She went to him and he said, "Can you please save my sister with the 2 kids?" The German said to her, "Maybe I can save your sister, but I can't save the kids." So he did save his sister, but the 2 kids went to the crematorium with the other people. You cannot imagine the pain and, you know, the smell from the bodies of the burning people, the screaming. I was there to see it and hear it. I want to die. I didn't want to live anymore. I just want to die. It's very painful to see what's happening. How cruel can a person be? After that, we were doing this for a long time, and coming day after day, hours after day, people from where they're coming, so many people, thousands and thousands of Jews. And you know, the Germans once there with the dogs, and the Jewish people, mothers, fathers, children, with the beers, the men, the old people with beers that took the heads to pay respect to the Germans. And my heart was beating. I said, if you only know where you're going. Look, it's a miracle to be here still. Really a miracle. And to live, to say, to tell the people what we've been through. That was much too much to see. And I don't know from where there came so many Jews. All the time. I was there nearly for a year doing this. And still people were coming. After that, I heard that the Russians coming, and the American coming, one side with the other side. And that took us to march somewhere, I don't know where. All the women, all the people, we were working there. And they start shooting us before we are liberated. People running away, I ran away too. And many people died because they were shooting them. And after that, I met a man, he's in Belgium, he goes to Belgium. And I said to him, "Can I go with you?" Because I didn't know where to go. I went with him, and I didn't have any papers. You are not allowed to go in a country without papers. But he said, she's my cousin. So he pulled me through. And when I came to Belgium, his parents didn't want me to be there with them because I was nobody to them. But I met my husband there in Belgium, and we fell in love. And he had here in Australia parents before the war. So we came here. And I had 2 children, a boy and a girl. And they are very good to me. I've got grandchildren and grandchildren. I'm very happy. I would like to thank Australian government for giving me the chance to bring me in this beautiful country and to have my own family again. And I want to thank everybody who came to listen to me. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want me to say again?
Can I ask you, because people who are listening to this don't know you, and so I'm just trying to fill in the gaps, even though I might know some details, some people who are listening might not. So you were in the ghetto with your family, with your younger sisters, your older sister, your older brother.
Maria was not with us.
Okay. Maria wasn't with you
No.
in the ghetto. Where was Maria?
Maria was, she knew that she's going to escape. She didn't want to stay with us. So she didn't, but my mother, my grandmother, my father and my brother, we were all together.
Okay, so all of you were deported.
All of us. And I didn't see them ever again.
Were you in the same cattle car as them, going to Auschwitz? Were you in the same compartment?
Yes, yes. I was there. They called Birkenau. I don't know. This was Polish place. I don't know.
So you went straight to Birkenau. You didn't go to the first Auschwitz. You went to the
That was that camp. Yeah.
Birkenau.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the last time you saw your family?
I didn't saw them after that because the separators. They put them separate, me separate, all separate, and they took them away. My mother and my two little sisters with my grandmother, they went to crematorium straight away.
How did you know this?
Because this is what I did. It was not other way. We knew everything was going on there. We knew.
But you saw your father once.
Only once I saw him when he asked for me. I went to see him. And after that, I didn't see him anymore.
Can you remember your impressions of Birkenau when you first saw it?
That every few weeks, they used to come and they block us and see who's going to stay, who's going to go to a crematorium. And many of them, they were sick people that took them in the nighttime in a truck and take them to the crematoriums. Man, stacks of people, dead in the street, one on top of the other. One on top of the other. Throw them like a piece of meat. Like piece of meat. So there were so many, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. They died because they couldn't take it. They didn't have food enough. They gave us a little piece of bread with a bit of water for soup. It was not the soup, anyway, whatever. And they used to give us those things for soup to put it in, and people used to do the urine there. We didn't have any water to clean them up. What can I say? It was very hard, very, very hard to live and see all those things. Very painful. And the smell from the bodies, they burned at every hour, every minute. And the screaming from the people. That was horrible. Horrible. How did I survive? I don't know. I have no idea. I keep saying God wanted me to live and to tell the people what I've been through. Not many people did that job, what I did. That we tore all the, packing those diamonds Look, I was playing with the diamonds. I didn't know what it was. Stacks of it's very hard to explain. They took all those bags and they sent it all in Germany. Some kids, oh look, break my heart to see them go to the crematorium. And the Germans standing there and smiling, laughing. Look, I'm sorry I had to repeat. I'm sorry I have to repeat because it's very painful to see that and be through that. What a person can do to another human being. You understand me, don't you? I was happy when I heard my sister was alive. That gave me something to look forward to. If you have any more questions, please ask me.
Lola, did you put bodies in the crematorium? Was that part of your work? Did you put the bodies in the crematorium? Was that part of your work in Birkenau?
I didn't do that. The boys were doing this. I was only doing the tearing, the clothing. That's what I was doing, and take the diamonds and the gold and the money and put in suitcases. That's my job. That's what I was doing.
But this job in Canada was very close to the crematorium.
Yes.
So you could hear and see.
That's right.
You had to live with that
That's
all
right.
the time.
That's why they call it Canada.
Because?
Yes, they call Canada the dead people, with the dying people dying. This was only the crematorium. Was nothing there, only the crematorium and the gas. They shut the doors, they put them in, and they put the gas on it, and then after the screaming that they were dead, and they took the men took the bodies, put them in the ovens to be burned. It was shocking smell, so shocking smell. Can you believe it, to live like this day after day? Day after day, not even one day we didn't have any peace. And Jewish people were coming and coming and coming, non-stop. And we knew where they're going.
How did you cope psychologically with that?
I don't know. I can ask God that. Only God knows. I can't give you this answer. Oh, God wants me to live. There are not many people that stood alive. It's impossible. Even the last minute, when we could be free, they start shooting us.
Did you pray a lot? Did you use your religion while you were?
Yes, I used to pray God to give me strength. I want strength to cope with all those things. I was thinking of my parents. I was thinking, what happened to me? You know what? You wouldn't believe me. I was cross with my mother. Very cross. I said, Mom, why did you brought me in this world? I said this to her, but she didn't listen. She was not with me, she was already dead. I said to her, why did you brought me in this world? For? To suffer like this? I was so cross with her. But she didn't know that it's going to happen. Then I realized, but I was cross. I didn't know what to say. And
were there
anyway.
any guards or Nazis or
Piggy-
Papa, were there any Nazis or guards?
Of course, all the time.
No, that were decent to you.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the word.
Were okay. The majority of Nazis, as we know, were cruel
Yes,
and dehumanizers.
they're very cruel, very cruel.
Did you meet? Were there any guards or Nazis that
They used to,
were okay to you?
occasionally we used to see them coming because every week they used to come to us to undress ourselves and one by one naked to go through them and see the bodies if you have got any sickness. And then once a time they used to come and go to the barracks and write the numbers from people that didn't like it. And the night time came the trucks and take them to the crematorium. Every day, every few days. Because people used to come all the time. They need the money. They needed the place to replace them. So they have to get rid of the others and bring new ones.
Being a woman in Birkenau.
Big band?
Being a woman
Yes.
in Birkenau under those conditions.
Nothing. Nothing. We didn't have hair. We had numbers. We didn't have any clothes properly. We were not look nice. We didn't have food. How can a man go to a woman if we look so? But they are not allowed to do it. Oh no. If they do it something, they will be shot, them and us. No, nothing like that. No. They never touched us.
What about female Nazi guards? Did you have?
Yes, we did have. Oh yeah, they were nasty. They were nasty. They used to smack women till they die with the sticks. They used to smack them so much if they didn't like somebody, till death. Every night when I used to go to sleep, I said to myself, will I be leaving tomorrow? I was not sure. The fear is still inside me. Believe you me, till today, the fear is still the same. I'm so scared. And when I remember what I've been through when I'm here by myself, I cry so much. I want to take this pain out from me. You know? Because it's something that you can never forget. You will live till you die. I want to tell people to understand life, to understand us, what we've been through. But it's very hard to people to understand. If I don't understand myself, it's possible that I've been through all that. How can you make understand other people? I'm happy to tell you everything. I'm very happy that you are here with me and ask me questions, and then I can take out from my heart.
Lola, it was very difficult for Greek Jews for a few reasons. First of all, the train journey from Greece to Poland was a very, very, very long way, so a lot of people didn't survive that train journey.
Darling, that died very quickly. They couldn't take it.
Do you remember how long the train trip was?
The change,
The train.
the train, how long it was? A few days. The train was a few days, only a few minutes stopped for some reason, I don't know why, because we were inside. We couldn't move. There was so many people that we couldn't move. And why people die? Because they couldn't breathe anymore. We didn't have water, we didn't have food, nothing.
a bucket for going to the toilet? Was there a bucket?
Nothing, nothing. People urinated and drank them. Yes, I saw it. They urinate and drink. Can you imagine? Well, from Greece to go to Poland, it must be, because I don't remember how long. We were inside. We didn't move. I don't know how long. Only once, like I said, it stopped. That my father took the bottle to give it to the soldier, to give us water, and he took a gun and broke the bottle. When we came there, and I mentioned this before, I don't want to repeat again.
It's okay.
You want me to repeat it? Yeah? When we came the last stop we made, that took everybody out. And like the children with parents separate, grandmothers, grandfathers separate. They went to straight away to crematoriums. And the men that took the men for working, they needed men for work. And they need young people like me. When I went to the forest and when they shot me, and dig holes on the wall, on the ground, so you can fall in and die. Your own grave. You're making your own grave. No, I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I just can't understand. I want an answer. People to tell me. I want an answer. How can a person suffer so much? I mentioned before, the fear is still inside me, darling. It's still inside me. Because I can't forget. Sometimes when I go to bed, it takes me a long time. I'm choking. I'm seeing everything. This will be with me, like I said, till I'll die.
Lola, I think the train journey might have been longer than a few days.
Might be.
I think it was.
Yes, because I don't remember, it's very hard to remember.
And you suffered so much after, it's hard to remember that particular part. But the other thing that Greek Jews had two things they had difficulties with that, say, Polish Jews didn't have.
Yeah.
First of all, they didn't speak Yiddish and they didn't speak Hebrew.
No.
So how did you communicate?
With these Polish people.
And with the Germans and with the Hungarians?
We didn't talk to them. We didn't talk to them. What can you say? They were the same position like I was. We only knew how to suffer. Everybody was for themselves. Everybody was suffering.
So you didn't communicate really to anyone for those 2 years?
People there. We used to be together. We used to see what was happening. We all talk to each other.
But what language did you use?
There were people there from my country. We were Greeks. Of course. We were Greeks. We talked to each other. I had a cousin, and she was pregnant. And she lost the baby there because she didn't have food, nothing. And then they took her to the crematorium with the baby. Things that a person can see and is impossible to believe. I'm happy now. I'm here. I've got my family. And they are good to me. I'm very happy. My daughter, my son, my grandchildren, great-grandchildren. It's a new life for me. After maybe I deserve a bit of happiness. Maybe I do deserve a bit of happiness. For all that, you know how much money I get? 600 to 700 a month. That's all I get for being shot and work so hard and suffer so much. That's all what they're giving me, 600 or 700 a month. I was very young. That took all my life away from me. My youth, that took all my youth from me.
Have you visited Poland? Have you been back to
No,
Birkenau?
no,
You
no.
don't want to go back?
No way, no way. Oh no, you know what happened. I must tell you that. I went with my friends in Melbourne in a picture to see the German film. I didn't want to go, but they made me go. I went with them. We were sitting watching the film here. In the back of us, it was an Australian couple. And this woman was crying, seeing the film, crying and crying. And the husband said to her, "Darling, don't cry. This is only a film." And we were sitting in the front row, and we heard what he said. Then when the picture was finished, my friend said, "This is not a picture. This is the true story because we were there." And the man didn't say a word. People don't believe it. They don't believe it, that they can't believe that the people can go through so much. If I don't believe in myself, what I'm saying, that I've been through, and I can't understand.
You've been back to Greece. Have you been back to your hometown?
No, I didn't want to go back. No. I didn't have anybody there, and I didn't know that my sister was alive.
So you've never been back?
No, no. I went back just for when I was already in Australia.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And,
Yes.
And when was that?
That was 10 years ago.
And what was that like for you? Can you describe that?
I went in Athens. I didn't go where I was born. I don't know why. I shouldn't go, you know. I didn't go because there was demolished the whole house. There was no there anymore. They done a station there, so I didn't go anymore. And I went to Rhodes because it's more the capital of Greece. And we thought I'll go there. And I went. It was very beautiful, very beautiful. It brought me good memories, very good memories. I went twice. Yeah, I went twice. Now I don't like to travel anymore. I'm too old. I can't. It's too much for me. I slow down a bit.
What sort of identity things happened to you when you went back to Greece? Did you feel Greek again? Did you? What happened?
Yes, I could speak Greek. You know, it's your own. You were born there. You know, you feel home. Of course, you feel like you're home again.
And of course, Melbourne has the largest Greek population outside of Greece, I think.
Here?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, but not Jewish people. No, I never met one. Jewish people after the war, I did not met one. They all vanished. They did 6 million Jews vanished. He's very interested to hear me, my story, because not many people were doing what I was doing.
You're very, very unique because, as you know, 97% of Thessaloniki
Thank you.
Jews didn't survive, who went to Auschwitz.
Yes.
So your story is so important.
It-
It's so
that-
unique.
Exactly.
Because you were one of these people that did survive.
That's
so,
what I was doing.
Exactly.
That's what I make me do it.
Yeah.
That's what I make me do it. Because other people were working, they sent them different places to work, but no crematoriums. Crematoriums was only two: the white Canada and the red Canada.
Okay.
Only two.
I'll ask you the difference between those two in a minute after you've had a drink. And then I want to talk to you. Oh, that's my phone. It's my phone.
I thought so.
You thought it was the dog?
You thought it was
I
the
thought it was the
doorbell.
door. It's all right, you can talk now?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
I feel better now that I already took out for my sister. Can you imagine what a person go through? That's what a German done to us.
Okay. Are we rolling?
Yes.
Okay. So Lola, you talked to me about white Canada
Yes.
and red Canada.
Yes.
Can you tell me the difference between those two?
The same thing.
Why were they two different?
Because they put a name here and a name there. They want to have two different names, that's all. But they used to guess the people the same way like the white Canada. 6 million Jews been burned there. Some here, they couldn't put them all together. It was too much. It was too many people to do it. So they had to make two different ones. Is that there now? No. Is this? Yeah, they have to do it in two sections because there were so many Jews coming. They couldn't put everything in one. It was impossible. They were doing this hour after hour. And people were coming from all wide world, from every country where Jews were living. And they have to make it in two sections.
And can you explain to us again? I wasn't quite clear why it was called Canada.
Well, this I don't know. They only because they are different people working here and different people here. So the Germans make the name maybe for themselves. Maybe they want to say they sent Jews to be cremated in this side, and maybe Jews cremated from this side, because I don't know where I was. You know, but there were too many people to do it in one place only. Day after day, and hour after hour.
Apart from being shot, which is bad enough, were there any other times while you were in Birkenau that you thought that this was the end?
I knew every day I'll die. I didn't care, to be honest with you. I couldn't care less because the pain was too much to bear it. How can you live in such a world like this? Hungry, thirsty, working, killing. What is the use? No use anymore. And you know what? After the war, people commit suicide. Many people, yes. I heard many people commit suicide after the war because they couldn't take it anymore. The body was already tired from suffering. This is suffering. It's like people, they are sick, they don't want to live, they want to die. This is the same thing here. You are a human being to see all that. Who wants to live? There are many things that there was going on there that I don't remember anymore. I didn't want, only the people that were thrown one on top of the other, the stacks like a piece of meat. The one leg here, one leg, head here, one high and high and high. And in the night time, there came big trucks that took them there and they put them in the crematoriums, in the ovens. And I felt so sorry for those boys, young boys, you know, putting in the oven their own people. Their own people. And then they shot them after that. And I knew it, that they were singing the anthem from their own countries where they came from. And I knew that they were going to be shot. After they finished the song, they would be shot. And we heard it. We heard everything what goes, because we were so close to them. And after we took the money and the diamonds and the gold from the pockets or from the collars, whatever they had, and after the clothing was burned, you know, they didn't use it anymore. But they took the diamonds, they took the money, and the gold. Stacks. I tell you what, so much. There were 6 million Jews. They were not all only in white Canada. They were in the red Canada as well. They were doing the same thing there. The same thing what I was doing here, they were doing there. There was only 2 crematoriums and 2 gas chambers in Poland. The white and the red. And there were those 6 million Jews.
There were gas chambers
Yes.
in Treblinka.
There were?
In Helmno, yeah. Sobibor.
Yeah? Well, I didn't know that.
No, you didn't know.
I didn't know
that.
that.
That was your world.
That's what I was doing, that's what I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything else. Oh, so beautiful people coming in, children, men and fathers, mothers, happily, they didn't know where they're going. And we were not allowed to get out from the barracks because they were scared maybe we tell them where they're going, and so it's going to be a bit difficult for them. So we have to stay inside, and they took them to the big room. They go and he said, "Take your clothing. You're going to have a shower." It was a shower. It was gas. And after that, a few minutes later, they were quiet. So quiet. And they took the bodies to the gas, to the ovens to be burned. Push them in. Children, mothers, fathers, grandfathers, the whole families. And then I knew where my parents went. I didn't see them anymore. Excuse me. I'm very happy that I really did this testimony, because I done once before. And I will show you a book that Spielberg sent me with my pictures in it. I'll show you now.
Before we have a look at that, the third thing that I wanted to ask you about that was very different for Polish and Russian Jews to it was for Greek Jews, for example, was the Polish and the Russian Jews had understood what it was like to live in those dire winters, whereas the Greek Jews,
They were very
didn't
weak.
So how did you cope with that weather?
Shocking. They didn't live long. They couldn't. We were standing in the morning for more than an hour, rain or sunny, doesn't matter. We were waiting there, that the Germans to come and Kent if we are all here. Nobody escaped.
Can we? You told me a bit about liberation. The reason we're asking this is next January is the 70th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, and we're going to do. Bobby's going to make a film on it, and we'd like to have some of your testimony in it. So this next section, if you can tell us as much as you can about your last few days actually in Birkenau,
Yeah.
and the events that led up to that march that the Germans.
So we were in Birkenau there. This is, I told you, where I was digging holes, that's what I was doing all the time. And then we were doing other things that gave us to do many things. I don't remember what I was doing there, but I was not so long there. Then they sent me to the White Canada, and that was the last place I was. And then when the Russians and the Americans start coming, they told us to come and wait, and they were behind us with bixes on the back of us with the guns, and we were walking. Where we were going, we didn't know. They were running away. The Germans was running away. They were scared, and then they didn't know what to do with us, and they started shooting us before we liberated. But some people was running, so I saw running. I ran with them.
So did you know that the Russians and the Americans were approaching?
Yeah, we heard it. Yes, they told us.
Who told you?
People were talking. People were talking. This is the end. And we were very happy to be free, but they didn't want us to be free. They want us to die before liberated.
Do you remember how you felt?
What do you think? You know what happened? It was a woman, German, dressed in German uniform. She came to me and she said, "Don't call me my name, that I'm a German woman. I will leave you alive if you don't tell anybody that I'm a German person, and I'll leave you, I won't shoot you." Because they were always scared that the Americans, the Russians will come, and they will be in trouble. I want to live. I said, all right, okay. One day, it came a transport from Russian people with the children. No Jewish people, no Jewish. With the children. 2 children, 3 children, everybody had children. And they took the children away from the parents, and they put it in a big room to put them in the gas chambers. And the mothers, they're breaking the windows with their hands. They wanted their own children to take out from there. They knew where they're going. And they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything, the Germans, because they didn't have children there in Auschwitz. No children was allowed to live there. So they put all the children in that room, and at night time they came, that picked them up, and they put it to the gas chamber. And I was there looking where the mothers was tearing the windows apart. And I said to myself, that they're doing this to no Jewish people too? I couldn't understand. What can I tell you?
Do you remember how you felt when you found out that you were going to be so-called liberated, that it was all over?
What do you think? I was happy. I was happy that I haven't got the gun behind me. All the time I had the gun behind me. All the time the German soldiers were looking after us, not to make a wrong move.
And when you went on that march with the Germans,
Yeah.
and they were shooting at you and you ran away,
Yeah.
did you come across any Russian or American
Yes, I did.
liberators?
Yes,
can
I
you tell
did.
us about those moments?
Yes, I can. Yes. When the Russian came, I was liberated by the Russians. And the Russians were coming and were shooting the Germans where they met. And somebody gave me a watch. I don't know who. I don't remember. And one Russian came to me and he said, "Davai, davai." Davai means give me your watch. And I was telling him I couldn't speak Russian. I was showing him my number. I said, no. I show him that. I'm not a German, you know. I said, I want to show the number. He said to me, no, davai. In the meantime, another Russian officer saw what's going on here. He came and he asked the other soldier, Russian soldier, what's going on here? And I said to him, not speaking, he wants my watch. I said, he wants my watch. And he was upset with the Russian. He said, get away from her. You know, later on, everything was quiet. I didn't know where to go. I was walking somewhere, I don't know where. He followed me. Yes, the Russian soldier followed me. And he said to me, now, davai. There was nobody there, only me and him. So he took the gun to shoot me. I said to him, brach en tifis, that means break your legs, I don't care about the watch. I took the watch, I gave it to him, because I was scared he was going to shoot me. He could shoot me because there was nobody there. He took my watch and he left. And then I saw people coming from everywhere, Russians, French, Italians, coming all together, you know, from everywhere. They were free, you know. They were free, and they were all coming all together. And the Russian women put it on nighties. I thought the dresses. Russian women and men, no Jewish people, not Jewish. I don't know from where those people came. I was worrying for myself, you know. I didn't care from where they're coming. But that Russian scared me so much. Because if he followed me where I was going, he wanted my watch. And he took the gun and said to me, if I didn't die in concentration camp, I'll die here. So I gave it the bloody watch. Sorry I said that.
It's not a swear word in Australia anymore.
No,
No, it's okay. It was 50 years ago, but it's not now.
that's
It's
all right.
okay.
That's sorry.
So this was your form of liberation, was
Yeah.
being harassed by a Russian
Exactly.
soldier.
Exactly. Yeah.
So no offer of water. Or
Nothing. That you can have anything you wanted. You know, I mean, ask of what, but the Germans was very, very bad to German people. They were shooting them. Yeah, they were right too, because they did bad things to them as well.
Did you see any American soldiers?
No, I was only liberated by the Russians. And then after that, I went with the transport with the Belgian people.
What transport was it? Red Cross or
Nothing,
No.
nothing. It's free, Free. They were free. Nothing, nothing like that. No. And I asked him to let me go through, to go in Belgium. And I was crying because I didn't know where to go. And one day I was walking in the street and a Jewish man met me. He was Jewish. And he saw me crying. And he said to me, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I just came now," I said, I just came from Germany. And I haven't got no parents, no money, nothing. I don't know where to go. He said, "Don't worry, come to my home. I'll take you to my wife." And they took me in there. And they feed me. I was working there. They had a shop there and selling blouses and many things. And I used to work there for them. I said to them, "I want to be here. I don't want money. I'll work for you, but I don't want money. I don't want nothing. I want to be with people." They were Jewish, you know. And they kept me there for a long time. And after that, they had a nephew. And the nephew was my late husband. And we met when we fell in love. And he had in Australia family before the war. And I didn't come with him. We got married in Belgium. And then they sent papers for me. And after a year, I came to Australia, to this beautiful country that they make me very, very happy.
I'll get onto that in a minute. I just want to go back again. Just, can you paint a picture of what those last few days in Birkenau were like? Was it chaotic?
There was nothing there. Only they sent us to the White Canada. What was behind, I have no idea. The rest people what I did. You see, that took us 50 women. And that took us to this White Canada. And the rest the people was behind in the camp. What I did with them, I have no idea.
Do you remember when the Hungarians came in?
Yes, the Jewish Hungarian people, yes.
Why? Can you talk to us about that?
Well, they came like other transports from Hungarian, from everywhere else. I don't know from where they used to come. Only I saw people coming. Only.
It's just the Hungarians were quite late coming to Birkenau.
Yeah, they
the
did.
Last big
Yes, that did.
transport to
Yeah,
come.
that did. And that is when I explained before, this friend of mine that I was working with, the sister was from the country, when she came with the 2 children. And the sister said to the sister, she said, "Why did you save me? I'd rather go with my children." That's what she answered. "How can I live," she said, "without my children?"
What did you know about Australia before you came here? What did
Nothing.
you imagine? What did you imagine Australia?
Nothing, darling. My husband came before me. I didn't know. When I came here, I didn't speak English. You think I spoke all right English?
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you. I used to go to the shops. I used to show with the finger what I need, you know. And then my husband taught me how to drive a car. And it really taught me very well. And it was pushing me in my feet when I was doing wrong all the time. And then I learned very well. I'm a good learner. Anyway, I said to him, "Now I need a license to drive a car." So I rang to a man who he can give me the license. He came and he sit next to me, and he said, you do this, and you do this, and you do this, and you do that. I said, okay. I started driving the car, and he looked at me and said, Madam, are you pulling my leg? I said, what do you mean? You know how to drive a car, you don't need me. And I told her that my husband taught me how to drive, and now I need a license. And he said to me, okay, tomorrow we'll go for your license. You, okay. And I got the license straight away.
Can you tell me, this is a really important part,
Yes.
can you tell me how you found out that Maria was alive
Yes.
and what that moment was like for you?
Yes.
And also the first time that you saw Maria?
Yes.
So we'll start off with how you found out.
Yes. When people came to Canada, to Auschwitz, transports, they told me that my sister escaped. I knew it. They already knew because they were there with my sister when they saw my sister running away from the ghetto. And they told me that, and I knew it. Then when I was in Belgium, I wrote to the Jewish community, and I said, please, I want to know where is my sister. I told the name and everything, and a week later, I had a letter that my sister is alive. And then we communicate together, and then she got married in Greece to an English soldier, and she went to England. And after that, she wanted to come to Australia. And my husband made papers for her, and I came here. And she had everything. I did everything for her. And then she had a child, a baby. And the husband, because it's English, he wanted to go back to England. The child was 6 months old. I said, Maria, please, don't go now. The child is still young. Oh, she said, what can I do? He wants to go back to England. So I couldn't do anything more. She sold everything, what I gave it to her here. And she went to England. And the child was about 3 years old. And she had a sickness and she died. Then she wrote to me that she wants to come back to me. And her life changes very much after that. She didn't want to have any more children after that. And she came here. And since then, she didn't want to look back. She's a happy person. She's a fantastic sister. And she's very happy. She's very happy. She's a bubbly person. She got a bubbly personality. And everybody loves her. Everybody. She's a good person. And we are happy that we are together. That's why she comes to me 3 days a week. We're spending together. We go shopping together. We go for dinners together. We go on holidays together. And this is a blessing from God, the gift of love. That's what I call it, a gift of love. The sign, darling, God doesn't punish you with everything. He gives some and he takes some.
So did you speak on the telephone to Maria
Yes.
before, when you were in Belgium, when you found out?
I don't remember. I don't remember, but we wrote it to each other. Yeah, we were there all the time.
So the first time you saw each other was in Australia?
Yes. Yes. Oh,
in
yes.
Melbourne?
In Melbourne. Because when she was in England, after she got married to her husband, she went to England because he was an English man, and she wrote to me that she wants to come to Australia. And we sent papers to her. And she came here, and I bought her everything what she needed, and she was quite happy. But the husband is English. He wants still to go back to England. and she couldn't do anything. But if this would have happened today, she would not go back because she's stronger now. She's much stronger. That day, she didn't want to have arguments with him. She wanted to go back to him in England, but she was sorry after that. She only wanted to go back to me.
Can you describe that moment when you first saw her again?
It was some miracle. I didn't believe it. She's my sister. 9 years we didn't see each other.
So where did you first see each other? Where
In Belgium, in Australia.
Where, at a port or at an airport?
Yes,
Where?
and she came I think she came with aeroplane, and we went to meet her.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, she came she came with a boat.
A boat.
A boat.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
I can't remember for so long ago. She came with a boat, and we went to meet her there. And we brought her home.
You recognized each other instantly?
Oh yes, she looked very beautiful, very beautiful. She didn't those days, it's many years ago, you know.
Yes.
When I make my first testimony, I was 20 years old too, 20 years younger.
So you had to explain to Marie what happened to you during those years in the Holocaust.
To Maria,
Yes.
of course I told her.
Yes.
I told her everything. She knew it, what I've been through. But she'd been through herself as well. To be close in a room for 2 years, that's life. She was scared. And if the Germans knew it, that they're hiding her, they will be all shot. The people and herself. She was lucky. I was so scared before I'm going to start to tell you this story. But everything came back to me by talking about it. Slowly, slowly, it came back to me what I've been through. And I'm very happy about that. Some people that don't want to talk about it. It hurts too much. But I'm willing to tell people what I've been through. I want them to know. I wanted to see what happened to us. We didn't do nothing wrong. We didn't do nothing wrong to anybody. Why do we deserve this? You know, after the concentration camp, people didn't want to believe in God. They didn't want to believe because they say, why we have to suffer like this? Why did I do this to us? But now it started come back. The Jewish people come back to be a Jew. Because if you're a Jew, you die a Jew. I don't know. I can't understand this kind of life. Why people hurted each other like this. And we didn't do nothing wrong. We love everybody. Jews don't do anything wrong. They are bad people. They're good people. I'm not saying. But general, they are business people. Family people. That's what they are Jews are. They're busy with business. They love their families, and that's what interests in them. We don't do nothing wrong. We don't harm anybody. They're clever people. They are really clever people. They make business. They have their own homes. They have their own cars. You know, it's a funny thing. When I'm talking about that, I used to live in Caulfield, and it was a woman, Australian, and she said to me, You people, foreigner people, you coming here, you got a car, your husband got a car, your children got a car, and we born here, we have got nothing. And I answer like that. Your husband works in a job. 5 o'clock, he comes home. He doesn't come home. No, he goes to the pub with his friend for a drink. My husband doesn't do that. My husband works night and day for giving the family what they want. A home, a car. They work very, very hard. But your husband doesn't do this. So that's why we have. She shut up, she didn't say nothing. I'm sorry I said that, shut up again. That's rude. Very rude. Sorry. I am in Australia. I'm allowed to say it. Anyway, that was this, people can understand. That's what I brought up this to say, because they are, in a way, they are jealous of them, Jews, because they have so much. They work them. They work hard for that. Money doesn't go on trees. They work very hard to give the family what they want. Other people don't care. I still love people, doesn't matter what. Jews, no Jews. People, they are humans. We are all humans. And we should love each other. We should care for each other. I love life. Now I love life. Now I'm on top of the world. I don't look my age, do I?
No, you do not.
And I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
You're the Greek Elizabeth Taylor. The Jewish Elizabeth Taylor.
They call me everywhere where I go. Everywhere. I used to go overseas with my husband, and they used to call me Elizabeth Taylor. In Israel. I went to Israel. Hello, Liz. I said, she's beautiful, she's rich, but I'm not rich. And I said to somebody, called me not long ago, Elizabeth Taylor, and I said to him, I said, she's a rich woman and a beautiful woman. He said, no, you know beautiful, she's dead.
I was just about to say the same thing. Lola, can you talk to us about, the aftermath of a genocide is always problematic, but usually one good thing to come out of it is a continuation of life. It's such a defiance against the genocide. So can you talk to us about your children and your grandchildren?
Yes. Like I said, I've got 2 children myself, Greta and Harry. They're very nice to me, very good to me. They're good children. And I've got grandchildren, and I've got great-grandchildren. Very, very nice children. And what can I say? I'm happy I have my own family. I'm so happy that I'm not I'm not alone again. And that gives me life. And I want to live. Now I want to live. When I was in the camp, I want to die. Now I want to live, as long as God will give me years to live. Because it's good to be alive. What else do you want me to tell you? Anything you wish, I'll tell you.
When you talk about your children and your grandchildren, at what point did you talk to them about what your life was?
First of all, my son is very, very like me, my nature. My daughter is more, I can't explain. She wants to see my testimony, but she can't do it. My son saw it, but I told her what I've been through. She knows it. But she's afraid to look at it. She's afraid. Yeah. I don't blame her. Really, I don't blame her. But they know everything what I've been through. And they are very happy that I'm doing another testimony, because this testimony is going to be shown to people. The testimony, the first one I done, is only for Spielberg, and I didn't see that. I mean, I saw it myself, but not to people. This one now, people is going to see it, and it goes, and they're going to hear my story, and I'm happy for that. I really am. And again, I want to thank very much Australian government for letting me in this beautiful country. I'm sorry I have to mention it again, because I'm very happy that I have my own family again and I start to live again. I want to thank them so much. And I want to thank all the people who came to see this movie, this testimony now, to come and listen to my story. I'm very happy. Thank you.
I'm just gonna, if you show me your tattoo, I'm gonna.
And I show you my shoulder.
Shoulder. It's okay, you can talk. I think. You want to show? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
My late husband passed away 24 years ago. After, when I was by myself 1.5 years, I met a wonderful man. And I am with him till now, bis hin zu 20 Jahre. Can I say this in English? I wish for many, many years to come together. He's very good to me, and I'm very, very happy with him. He's a wonderful man.
Can you tell us his name, Lola?
Hmm?
His name?
Hey, Gary, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. His name is Gary. He's a fantastic guy, and he's very, very good to me. I couldn't have any better man.
Cheers.
Do you want to come and I'll get a shot of the two of you stand?
My
you-
sister, my beautiful sister.
Your Schwester.
Maria,
So-
don't close to me. Don't.
Now, together, I
Okay.
just want to ask Maria if you can describe when you first saw each other right in Melbourne after 9
What do you
years.
expect me to say that? That was a beautiful day. The best days of my life. To see my beautiful sister after all these years. That was a gold mine. I got a gold mine to see my sister. And I love her so dearly. If she loves me the same, I think she does. And I'm very thrilled to be in Australia. And I'm quite happy. That's all I can say.
And I'm happy too.
We're both happy. She's a wonderful sister.
We're both wonderful sisters.
We're born the beautiful way, darling. That's all to it. Okay.
And you
Thank
are
you.
wonderful people too.
You are.
And thank you, both of you, very much.